So we sold a few items, and one of the items that I sold, I actually listed last week, and it is in one of my previous videos, and it's a perpetual flip calendar. And I had to get that shipped out yesterday, so I was unable to make a video about the shipping part of it. But I sold that video, or the perpetual flip calendar, for $16, and I believe I bought it for $1 just from a booth closing out in our Hastings Antique Mall down in our vendor booth mall about 45 miles away that we are a part of. So we got that sold, and that was a really quick flip. And then we also sold this item right here. This is their little glass bulbs, and it is for plant propagation. And this is like the top center part, and there would have been another ring that this would have sat in, that would have went all the way around it, and this sat in the middle. And when I was going through my boxes, I actually sold that ring already. I did not know I had this smaller ring, and now I have found this, and I had it listed, and I sold this for $10.50. I don't have anything in it at this point, and I let it go for a little bit cheaper than normal because there's this drip of glue here that runs down. There's no cracks or chips or anything, but this drip of glue just kind of runs out. It doesn't really affect anything. It's just the way it looks. So I've got my thank you note wrote, and I'm very excited to send this down to Nevada. Another item I sold is a very interesting piece. This was from an auction, and this is a paint set from the 1960s. It still does have its paint in there, and it's got the beautiful book here. This is just a vintage set there. It has been used. The paint is still in there, but I sold it not as a workable using paint set. I sold it as a vintage collectible item for people who are artists or into collecting this certain brand here. It's hard to read. This Grumbrocker. Not even sure if that's the right way to say that. However, this is originally from New York, New York. It's made in the USA, and that's exactly where I sold it to. We're going to send this back to New York, New York, and hopefully it'll be a fun part of someone's vintage collection, or maybe one of the original companies that made this. And so I don't know. Who knows? But I sold this for $18.95, and again, this is from an auction that I already am in the profit on. So we're just going to be happy to get that mailed and send that on its way. Hopefully today we're going to start going through and processing a lot of our dining room zone. And while we're processing some of those items, we're going to talk about the rewards for going through all of your zones or death piles, and what are some of the great things that will come of it. So join me as we start rummaging through random things. Okay, let's talk about 3 reasons why it's important for us to tackle our death piles, aka zones, in my world. Number 1. It's very important for us to tackle those death piles because it will create space in which you can reorganize your business to operate more efficiently. AKA, you can build a better business when you have space to reorganize, restructure, and be able to put everything in its proper place and work at an organized level. It'll save you time, energy, and money. So that is a huge benefit for tackling your death pile. Number 2, death piles turn into cash piles when you work at them. The reason you bought the stuff in the beginning, or the reason you have this stuff, was to sell and is to sell. And there are items in there that are worth valuable cash. So if we tackle those projects, then it will turn into more workable cash for you to be able to build your business. So liquidating your death piles is a huge step forward. And if there is something in your death pile that literally stops you every time from moving forward, I suggest that you just remove it and let it go so that you can continue to move forward. Remember, if you overextend yourself just to add to the death pile, you are limiting your forward progress. So let's tackle those death piles and turn them into workable cash that we can use to build our business. And the third reasons why we should start tackling those death piles is forward momentum. It's like the snowball effect towards success. And once you start building momentum, it is contagious and it helps just project you forward to making those goals that you have set for yourself. Here we have a random box that I pulled from one of my piles. I do not know what's in it. However, I do know that it is marked apples and it did have this sign on top of it. This sign here is a Homeco Country Apples sign. And I do believe someone will really appreciate this kind of cottage core, country core, with lovely apples in there. So we will probably have that be a booth piece. And then we're gonna see what's in this box. I did cut it open just to make it easier. Okay, so we'll go ahead and looks like we have a bunch of paper here that we're just going to throw off to the side for now. Oh, this actually has something in it. It looks like we have some beautiful apples here on a vine. Looks like that would be a lovely decor piece. I think it would be pretty on top of your kitchen cabinets. Okay. And reach this out here. And we have a plastic apple container. And it's got a lid to it. And this plastic leaf. Okay. Okay, let's see what this is. Okay. I'll pull this out here. Looks like we've got some gingerbread here and a sign. This is a beautiful wreath. Cinnamon sticks decor. Greenery. And it says baked with love. That is a fun piece. I could see that going well in one of our booths. Okay, we're going to move that newspaper off to the side. And we will look and see. This is very light. I'm guessing it's maybe some more greenery. Not 100%, but let's go ahead and check out what we have in here. There we have a ring of fruit, some apples for sure. You could do a lot of things with that. You could put a candle in the center or a vase. So another apple decor piece. I might be able to have an entire section of apples in my booth. Okay, and it looks like there's a big basket here of some sort. I just want to check. Oh, there are things inside. So I think we're going to empty the basket here before we pull this out. Okay, it's kind of all tucked in here. I think maybe if I pull this. Okay, there we go. Oh, this is beautiful. A basket. It's got that napkin in there with some more apples on it, and on the front there are painted apples on there, and it looks like there are some country napkins inside. This is a beautiful cloth. Dropped those apples. And I am just going to look and see. I don't see any markings. Yeah, it's not a Longaberger basket or anything like that, but it is a beautiful basket that would make a great decor piece. I keep losing my apples, but I got them. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and just pull this newspaper out. What do we have down here? This is a jar just full of probably plastic decorative apple ornaments. We could work with those. Okay, let's see what's in here. This has some weight to it. And I'm going to just slowly make my way here with this because I don't want to break anything. And oh, this is interesting. Oh, this looks beautiful. This is a timer that is an apple timer, and it is made of resin, and it says it is Banger. And so I'm just gonna set this down right here. I'm gonna see if I can spin it and if it ticks. Okay, you might not be able to hear that, but it does tick. So I'm going to just set that aside and see if it moves and rings. But that is a very cute piece. It doesn't look like there's any damage to it. So it's a cool find. It's very unique. And for someone who loves apples or baking, country cottage decor, that might be a really fun piece for someone to have. Okay, this piece here is slightly bigger. So I'm just going to bring this down here and open this up here. It looks like we're double wrapped. So we're going to just keep, whoop, there are multiple pieces into this and it feels like things are moving around. Okay, here we go. I'm going to bring this kind of out into the light and we can take a look at it. Oh, that's adorable. I am not seeing any broken pieces unless some of those stems are broken off. I'm not sure if I'll have to look closely, but maybe they're supposed to have stems, but maybe not. It's beautiful. These are drawers that actually do move in and out. You can see there. Needs a good cleaning. But oh, it's super adorable. Very cute piece. Okay, nothing in any of the drawers. It's very important as I go through things that I check every nook and cranny, because you would be amazed at what I have found in random places. And so it is resin up on the top here with a beautiful quilted like blanket. Right there. That's really pretty. I don't see any markings anywhere, but that is a very fun piece. And so I am going to be very excited to process this piece. So if we look here, we emptied out that basket that was in a box. I'm going to go ahead and close this. And then we are going to attempt to get this basket out in a healthy way that doesn't make you guys dizzy. I'm going to just pull this out here. And there we go. Look at that beautiful basket there. That's a really neat, lovely piece. It's got lovely wooden apples hanging there and a beautiful weave in this country green color. It has little apple handles here. They probably just need to be tightened, I would think. There we go. And this looks to be painted. A lovely design. And this would be a usable basket that you could put things in that you wanted to. And we will probably have this be a booth piece here in one of our local vendor malls, and possibly make a beautiful scene with all of these apples. So there we go, guys. In that one box, we were able to find and we'll be able to process all of these interesting apple things. Well, thank you so much for joining me and for rummaging through a box, a mystery. And I'd say we found some pretty cool things that will make excellent displays. And I'm sure there's someone out there would really appreciate these items. I'm going to end with a segment of Sid the Sloth and me trying to work today. And I just hope you guys have a fantastic day, and thank you so much for joining me. All right, guys, well, we got our orders shipped out, and now I did pick up a random box. I have it right here sitting down below. It's a big box that I went and picked out of one of my zones that I am currently trying to work through. I do not know what is in this box. It is one of those mysteries, so I thought I would open it and just discover with you what might be in the box. And we have Sid the Sloth here, who is actually very active right now. He loves cuddles. But we're gonna check out and see what's in this box and look at some of the items that we have to process. I've also gotten things ready to go down to my store, and then we will talk as we look at the items in our box about why some of the process of getting the goals done. Okay, sit down. Sit down. I know. Just sit down. I know. Okay. I know. I love you too. Okay. All right. He is incredibly unhelpful when it comes to work. Go lay down. Go lay down. Go lay down. Lay down in your spot. Okay. So, yes. Let's check out and see what's in the box.